My name is Jenny Helen Hedberg. I am Head of International Business Development at Luxinnovation in Luxembourg. Luxinnovation is an agency that focuses on the growth of companies in Luxembourg. In the International Business Development Department, we work with bringing companies to Luxembourg. We look for companies from all over the world who can bring interesting new technology to Luxembourg, preferably sustainable and digital technologies. We look for companies who can fill a gap in our economy and help us to diversify the economy. I would now like to talk you through my presentation of the Luxembourgish business landscape and how we can help you to get established here. Let me first tell you about our country, Luxembourg. It's a small place in between three countries, of which two are the biggest markets in Europe, France and Germany. The country has a population which is 47% foreigners, and of the workforce here every day, 70% are foreigners. 200,000 people commute in every day from the neighbor countries to work here. There is a community of people from all countries, so everybody can feel welcome and at home in Luxembourg. Luxembourg is a multicultural and multilingual country where most people speak several languages. This is a big advantage when you want to work on the markets close by. Your employees in Luxembourg will be able to speak several languages and know how to operate in several countries. English is widely spoken here, and French, German, and Luxembourgish are the other big languages. Luxembourg is working hard to be the first EU country to align and translate the goals of climate neutrality and leadership of the digital revolution into one single national strategy. As one of the most open economies in the world with a AAA rating, Luxembourg is combining its economic strength with a strong focus on the country's digital transformation. Several public players are busy helping local companies on their digitalization journey, ensuring that they receive maximum support to remain strong and competitive. Digital Luxembourg, as we call it, is Europe's rising lion. The country is accelerating its digital transformation, and as a sign of the seriousness of the undertaking of this, the Prime Minister of Luxembourg is also the Minister of Digitalization. Four key areas in Luxembourg's digitalization trajectory are the national strategy and public services, a tech-savvy population, cutting-edge infrastructure, and Luxembourg as home to many world-renowned tech companies. Innovation is on our DNA. Luxembourg, a small country between European giants, has always been forced to be very inventive. Over the last 2 centuries, it became world-leading in steel production. It became a financial hub for Europe and the world, a headquarter for some of the most important European Union institutions, and now moving into new areas like health tech and space tech. The startup ecosystem is growing exponentially. We now host more than 500 startups in the country, and we have about 15 incubators here together with accelerators. Later in the program today, we will hear about the startup Spire, founded in California, how it grew from Luxembourg and is now listed on the New York Stock Exchange. The growth of startup ecosystem here is very much politically driven. Luxembourg has a lot of opportunities for startups thanks to our program called Fit for Start. The Fit for Start program is funded by the government, and many other initiatives are as well. Fit for Start is also open for international startups. Of course, a small country has the advantage that decisions can be made quickly and in close collaboration between the private and the public sector, which is very much the case here. We are lucky in Luxembourg to have policymakers who understand the technology behind the business. They put in place frameworks and regulations that are catalysts to innovation. This, plus the national funding schemes, makes Luxembourg a very attractive place to test and certify your products on the European market. And now moving on to our aim of becoming Europe's most trusted data economy. So the innovation strategy of Luxembourg is very hands-on and data-driven. The goal is for Luxembourg to be the ideal place for testing data and develop compliance in a safe and secure environment with access to world-class technology. The purpose is to become the most trusted data economy in Europe. The data economy ecosystem, which you can see here on the slide to the right, consists of the national cybersecurity ecosystem. Very recently, Luxembourg published a national cybersecurity strategy to go alongside the data-driven innovation strategy. It also consists of centralized data lakes, research institutes, and the building up of a world-class infrastructure. Later today, we will hear about the HPC high-performance computer, which is available not only to the research institutes and the university, but to the industry as well. Future ambitions of Luxembourg is to be leading the full digitalization of key sectors, to develop digitally enabled solutions of the circular economy transition, and to ensure the security and trust of the data-driven economy transition. The key projects will be the National Data Exchange Platform, the Intelligent Industrial Zones, and the Luxembourg Open Secure Cloud. Yeah, I think I'll keep it here. Take this slide instead. Luxembourg is committed to supporting an economy which is both competitive and sustainable. This is why we want to move to a green transition where we are competitively sustainable. The country is investing in the means and infrastructure to become a leading circular economy hub. The point is to combine data and sustainability, and the key projects are a nationwide digital twin and the productivity data sheet. The digital twin project is about the creation of a digital twin for the whole country to be able to run simulations on urbanism, pollution, disasters, and other circular and sustainability points. So a digital twin is really a virtual representation of physical systems to make simulations, tests, and predictions of planned actions almost in real time. This twin will catapult Luxembourg into a hub of excellence in terms of digital development, gaining in attractiveness for international industrials that would like to introduce their products and services onto the European market. The digital twin project is carried out by LIST, which is the Luxembourg Institute of Science and Technology. The productivity data sheet is a project to track and trace products and components within those products to see where each piece of the product is coming from and what you can do with it once it reached the end of its life. So those were two of the key projects to turn this economy into a competitive. So again, on the green transition, we are putting a lot of focus on it. The population, as well as the government, is very ambitious when it comes to sustainability, and there are many concrete examples in the daily life in Luxembourg as a result. An extensive sorting of trash already at home, and the world's first free public transport system are perfect examples of this. Future ambitions are to build strategic, resilient, and sustainable value chains, ensuring a low energy, sustainable and digital transition, and stimulating the digitally enabled circular economy. This is an area in which companies from abroad can play a valuable role and where such companies can test their products. So coming back to the possibilities for foreign companies and the expansion of their market opportunities, the European Union is one of the largest markets in the world, with about 500 million consumers. In some aspects, like for example, the automotive industry, it is the largest market in the world. Luxembourg is the ideal place in Europe for business. The economy here is globally connected with an international talent pool. Talented young people join Luxembourg from example, the east of Europe and the south of Europe because of the many opportunities here. More than 170 nationalities are represented in Luxembourg. And as we saw earlier, about 70% of the workforce is international. All of this puts Luxembourg in a unique position, and it is truly the most international country in Europe today. The location is also an enabler for business in the logistics and supply chain. The most important highways run through the country, connecting north and south of Europe. The airport is specialized for cargo, with an exceptionally long runway, which makes it possible to load the cargo planes to the maximum capacity. Trains are also important for Luxembourg, and the country, even boasts a direct freight train to China. To innovate your business, Luxembourg is a good place. There are governmental funding schemes in place for this. Research partnerships can be created with the support of such funding. There is a thriving startup community which produces new technologies, and the data hub of Luxembourg is particularly reliable. Luxembourg is a top business location. The decision makers are pro-business here. The society is stable and safe. It is a long-term home to your business, and we have a few good examples of that with Japan. We have Rakuten, Planuk, and Carlex, for example, who have their European head offices here, and they are thriving in Luxembourg. We have also Japanese companies active in robotics and space tech here. iSpace is one of them. If you choose to launch your business from Luxembourg, you will also have access to business incentives and support. There are grants, research funding, and also loans to be obtained. I wanted to show you just some of the big companies that are active in Luxembourg. We have the head office of Amazon here. We have ArcelorMittal, one of the largest steel companies in the world. We have, of course, a couple of car suppliers like Goodyear, DuPont. We have Microsoft, SES, which is the largest satellite company in the world, and also Ferrero. So that's an Italian chocolate company. I think that you know their products quite well. And as I mentioned, of course, the Japanese companies are also very important for us. And we hope that the number of Japanese companies in Luxembourg will grow. So a little bit on the soft side of life here. it is really a great place to live. I have been here together with my family for more than 20 years now. And it is a common thing that you talk to people, they say, well, I was thinking to live here for 2 years. 20 years later, we are still here with our families, and we have enjoyed it both career-wise and family-wise. So it's a great place to live. As an expat here, it's easy to feel at home. The social security system is well developed here, together with a top-class health system. It's a safe place to grow both your business and your family. There is a system of local schools which are also teaching in English, and those are free for the parents. There is also a Japanese language school that operates in the weekends, where Japanese kids can maintain their Japanese and also develop it. Luxembourg is a green country with beautiful hikes, lots of sports and culture to be discovered, and beautiful medieval cities and castles. From Luxembourg, you're also within easy reach of other great places in Europe, like Paris and Brussels, the Champagne region, the Alps, and the French Riviera. At Luxinnovation, our international business development team is looking for companies who would like to use Luxembourg as their launchpad for the European market. When you are an established company in Luxembourg, when you have gone through the paperwork, you have obtained a business license, and you operate from here, you will enjoy free membership of our clusters, company clusters. The possibility for loans opens up, and also for research funding and grants. So at Luxinnovation, we handle these kind of things. So as soon as you are established in Luxembourg, Luxinnovation will come in and help you with national funding, international funding, to connect you with research, etc. To explore the possibilities that we can help you with, just let us know, and we will invite you to visit Luxembourg virtually or in person. Our sister organization, the House of Entrepreneurship, works together with us to realize your incorporation here. In Tokyo, we have an excellent representation in the form of the LTIO, which is the Luxembourg Trade and Invest Office, and of course, the Embassy of Luxembourg to Japan. Do not hesitate to reach out to them for all information you need, or check the websites directly. Those are tradeinvest.lu and luxinnovation.lu. On the web pages, you can find the necessary steps for setting up a company in Luxembourg. To acquire necessary permits like the business license, to choose the suitable legal forms, residence permits, visas, and social security affiliations. So don't hesitate to reach out. We will really do everything that we can, take you by the hand and introduce you to Luxembourg and the economic system here. So that's all for my part. If there are any questions, I'm very happy to take a few now. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jenny, for the nice, global picture, also with a very concrete, information about setting up in Luxembourg. ここで時間ちょっと短いんですが、質疑応答の時間を設けてございます。もし何かご質問のある方があれば、挙手をいただければマイクを運びいたします。So I'm asking the floor audience if they have any questions. And yes, I don't see the hands at this moment. So if you may, can I ask some question, Jenny?
Yes, please, Yuriko, please go ahead.
Thank you. So you mentioned many aspects like multinational or test bed environment or many incentives or digitalization. But if you choose one advantage of Luxembourg, particularly important for the Japanese companies to do business, so which one would you name?
Yes, thank you. I think there are, of course, many positive aspects, as I talked about with Luxembourg. I think one positive thing is that we are a small country with a tightly knit community here between the public and private organizations. So decisions come quick. And we can easily, if you approach us and you would like to come and visit or even put up your company here, we can easily put a nice program together. And we really, as I just said, take you by the hand and introduce you to the local ecosystem. This is possible since we're a small and efficient country and since we're open to business. We have, of course, competition from other nice European countries, but I really think this is an asset to Luxembourg that, you know, it's quick, it's efficient, we all know each other, and we really take good care of the companies who has a wish to establish themselves in Europe.
Thank you very much. I understand we have, you know, Mr. David Foy, who is in charge of ICT sector, and Mr. Joost Ochens, who is in charge of automotive sector, with you. So I might encourage once again the audience if there are any questions. 本日ジェニーさんのと同じチームの、ICT セクター担当者、そして自動車セクター担当の方もご同席されているということなんですが、もしご質問が何か、特にセクタースペシフィックなものがあれば。はい、ではお願いいたします。Yes, there is one gentleman who is raising hand.
Hi, thank you, Jenny, for your good presentation. I'm Shigeku Zuoka. We are preparing to set up the one local office in Europe. But one of the difficulties is to find the good person. Do you have any support scheme to recruit our representative, or do you have any human resources support team, or something like that?
Thank you very much. I'm delighted to hear that you're thinking of setting up a company in Europe and that you're thinking of Luxembourg. So we do not have an HR office per se, but we are connected with a lot of human resources offices in Luxembourg. So we can provide you with those contacts. That wouldn't be a difficulty. I think that here the Japanese community is quite big. And in Luxembourg, you also have a very efficient Japanese embassy, which is a clear advantage. And you already have people from Japan working here in the different companies. And apart from that, I mean, maybe you also want to hire some European staff. As I said, Luxembourg is very high in Europe and in the world for talent attraction. So although there may be difficult with some specialized people in computer science, etc., but in general, we have quite a nice offer here in terms of HR. So talent attraction is easier in Luxembourg. This is a famous, nice place to work, and remunerations are a bit higher than in France and Germany. So normally there shouldn't be such a problem. But as I said, we are very eager to help you when you want to come over, and so don't hesitate to contact us.